Joining us now is someone who's an expert in helping us control our email inbox. But I don't know about you, but my inbox is chock-a-block full and I don't really clear it out very often. But so I'm very looking forward to finding out how I can do that. Stephen Barnes from Order, thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning.
Stephen, what is the real problem with email and why has it become such a problem?
Email is a problem because it was a technology that arrived on the scene without any precedent in terms of communication history before. And most people don't appreciate that email is a communication medium that has effectively empowered us to communicate in a very sophisticated way very quickly, but it hasn't enabled us because of the way that software that is used to manage email has allowed us to manage the work that results from the email that we receive through the communication. So in effect, we're now receiving more information today in one day than we did in an entire lifetime just 100 years ago, and we haven't developed the modern organisational skills or the tools that we need to actually organise this information.
So is that the tools not just to actually organise the information we receive, but maybe in also our use of it and how we send as well? Is that part of the problem?
Correct, yeah. So modern email softwares that we have been forced to use, because most people don't have too much choice at work, at least, with this software that they do use to manage their email, has been designed from a communication perspective. It hasn't really been designed to allow us to organise the work that results from the email that we receive.
So how are ways that people can organise it then?
Well, it's all about understanding that every time you receive an email, there is a decision that you need to make in relation to that email. And if you think about it, most modern softwares don't actually contain a decision-making catalyst, something that will allow you to understand what your next action is as a result of any email that you receive. So if you drill down on the individual activities that result from any individual email that you receive, you realise there's only 10 things that you can actually do with an email. And then if you think about drilling down on those 10 things, they break down into 4 discrete actions. So for example, we call it the 4D methodology. The 4D methodology anticipates that every single email you receive can either, be deleted or it can be ditched. It means you have no need for that email ever again, so it can be taken out of your system.
And an example of that could be?
Well, any spam, anything that you've intellectualised, you realise you don't need again in the future, so you can just get rid of it.
Yeah, so that might be an information-only kind of thing.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no need to recall it again in the future.
Gotcha.
The second thing that you can do with an email is to anticipate that if an email is telling you that you need to do some work as a result of having received it, and that work must take precedence or priority over everything else that's going on in your life right now, or alternatively it contains a piece of work that will take you less than 2 minutes to complete, you'll be able to prioritise that piece of work over everything else by dealing with it. So you deal with it now, so that's the second D. So if ditch, you've got deal. The third D anticipates that if an email that you receive involves work that you can quite reasonably give to another person to do, you can delegate it. So you pass it off to somebody else to do. And then
By sending them another email?
Well, you can forward it to them, or you can use modern softwares to assign a task to them.
You can, yeah.
And then finally, if an email doesn't contain the first 3 Ds, you then use the 4th D, which is you decide what to do with it. Which means, for example, that if an email is telling you that you need to schedule an appointment, then you will create appointment out of that email. Or if an email is telling you that you need to undertake a task at a later time, you would create a task. Or if an email is telling you that you need to file that away for short-term reference, you'd put it somewhere safe and put it in a folder to one side, perhaps called done. So the 4th D is the decide what to do with it. So using the 4D decision-making methodology and using modern email softwares, you have the capability to move the work that results from the email that you receive across into your organisational system as a whole.
Is that, now I've got, I think, something like 250 emails clogging my inbox at the... Oh, isn't it? Oh, well, that makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Can I go back now and apply those 4 Ds to what I haven't dealt with yet so far?
Well, in principle, 250 is not a great deal.
Okay.
But let me give you some statistics. Last year, the world's largest software manufacturer put out something. They said that The average number of emails in a corporate inbox is 3,000.
Wow.
3,000. And they said that the world's most popular piece of software has got 400 million people using it, and that piece of software is open 90% of the time on people's computers, and that 90% of the time that software is open, it's open on the inbox. So if you now start thinking about this, what you have is a situation where you've got 3,000 emails sitting in your inbox, which is equivalent to having 3,000 pieces of paper in your paper in tray, because the inbox wasn't called the inbox for any old reason. And that's like then having your paper in tray stuck right in the middle of your desk with 3,000 pieces of paper on, with more arriving by the minute. And that every time a new piece of paper arrives into that inbox, you stop what you're doing, you allow yourself to be interrupted, you jump up and then have a look to see what's in there, to see if it's of interest and will take you away from whatever it was that you're working on at that point in time. So 250 emails is actually quite a small number.
Compared to 4,000.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the reality is with 250, depending on how far they go back, you could probably very quickly 4D each one of those, make a decision in relation to them, organise the work that's resulted from them, and then you've got the ability to organise yourself properly. But if you've got 3,000, there's no way that you could do that. You'd have to identify a point in time that you would cut off, move all the excess ones to one side, and then concentrate only on the ones that actually stand a reasonable possibility of containing the work that you have to do.
Well, thanks, Stephen. We're running out of time. Can you quickly list those four for me again, just quickly?
Yeah,
please.
You can ditch it, deal with it now, delegate it, or decide what to do with it.
Fantastic. Well, I think that's exactly what I'm going to go back and do with those only 250 that are clogging my inbox, but from 12 months ago, unfortunately. So thank you, Stephen, for sharing those fantastic insights with us right now. We're going...
Wake Up WA is proudly produced by Ego Creative Media. For all your design, media and marketing needs, go to egoisgoodforbusiness.com.